I therefore wish today to propose to you the Prompt Payment Bill 2016, which ODM shall be sponsoring as a party bill in the National Assembly. But this is going to be a joint called bill, except that in the Parliament they only recognize political parties. The bill, if it becomes law, shall apply to all public authorities that are procuring entities in both the national government and county governments. Its highlights are as follows. 1. That all invoices for supply of goods and services must be settled within 30 days of submission to the government. 2. That any questions about an invoice must be raised within the said 30 days and communicated to the supplier in writing before the end of the said period. 3. All such queries must be resolved within 10 days from the date they are raised and communicated to the supplier. 4. That a decision not to pay must be made before the expiry of the query period and must also be communicated immediately to the supplier. 5. Every public authority that is a procuring entity shall establish an internal appeal system to review all decisions made not to settle an invoice. 6. A supplier in respect of whom a decision not to pay has been communicated shall have a right to demand the internal appeal mechanism to review the decision not to pay. 7. All internal appeal mechanisms decisions must be reached within 10 days from the day they are submitted to the supplier by the supplier for the review. 8. There shall be established a public invoices settlement tribunal to hear appeals from any decisions made by internal appeals mechanism of every public authority not to pay an invoice. 9. A supplier whose appeal to the tribunal is dismissed shall have a recourse to the Court of Appeal on a final appeal. This bill is a response to a real dire situation confronting those who supply goods and services to the government. Partly because of corruption and also because the government is broke, suppliers are not being paid. Many suppliers are being harassed and have been reported to Credit Reference Bureau by banks from which they borrow the money to finance the government tenders. Many young people who responded to the government promises on tenders are dejected because no payment is forthcoming despite the frequent presidential orders that they be paid.